A sequence is a list of numbers separated by commas. Specific to arithmetic sequences, you add or subtract the same number to get the next term of the sequence. So there are two formulas that you need to use for the arithmetic sequences. The first one is the nth term formula, and that is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus parentheses n minus 1 times d. And what those stand for is a sub n is the nth term, a sub 1 is the first term, n equals the number of terms, and d is the common difference. And the other formula is the sum of n terms, and that's represented by s sub n. S sub n, for the first one is s sub n equals n over 2, bracket 2, a sub 1 plus parentheses n minus 1 times d. The second one is s sub n equals n over 2, parentheses a1 plus a2, and those represent your first two terms. So you can only use this one if you have your first two terms, otherwise you have to use this one. So those are the notes for arithmetic sequences, and now let's do some examples. Okay, so number 1 is a sub n equals 5 plus 2 n minus 1, and it's looking for the first 5 terms. So all you have to do to find this is you plug in, like for the first term you plug in 1, for the second term you plug in 2, for the third one you plug in 3, you just plug it in for n. And when you do that, you just plug in for n and you solve for this, so you're just pretty much just doing basic math over there. And when you do that, it comes out 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13, and it also asks for the common difference, and that would be 2, of course, because 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, and so on. So 2. And so that one's pretty easy. All you have to do is plug in the number for n. So we'll do number 2 now. And the next one we're going to do is number 23 in the book. And this one's asking for common difference, the 5th term, and the 100th term. And the formula that we're going to use is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times common difference, and that's of course an nth form formula. And the list that we're going to use is 2, 5, 8, and 11. And so now the common difference is going to be 3, because it's 2 plus 3 is 5. The 5th term, so what we have to do for that is we have to take what we know and put it into here. So a sub 5 equals the first term, which is 2, and then plus n, which is the number of terms, so that would be 5, because that's what we're trying to find. 5 minus 1, common difference, times 3, and when you do that, you get 14, so that would be 14. And the 100th term, that's easy. All you have to do is you do the exact same thing for a sub 100 equals the first term, which is still 2, plus 100 minus 1 times 3, and that comes out to be 299. So all you have to do is plug it in for that, okay? So we'll do the next one, and we're going to do a word problem for this one. And we're going to do this one about drive-in theater. So it says a drive-in theater has spaces for 20 cars in the first parking row, 22 in the second, 24 in the third, and so on. If there are 21 rows in the theater, find the number of cars that can be parked. So basically this is just a sequence for the number of rows that keeps going, and it increases each time. So it starts with 20, 20, 22, and 24. So the common difference 2, and for this one we're going to have to use the sum formula, and we can use that one that is the one where you can use the first two terms. So we're just going to do n, the number of terms. So, and it says there are 21 rows, so that would make that 21. So S sub 21 equals 21 over 2 times 20, because that's the first one, plus 22, which is the second one. And then when you do that, you just have to solve for that, and when you do that, it comes out to be 441. So there are 441 total car spaces in that parking lot. Thank you. Oh, and then in conclusion, again, arithmetic sequences, a sequence, add, subtract. I mean, there's two formulas that you use. This is for when you're trying to find the nth term, when it gives you a list and it says find the 100th term, and this is when it's trying to find the total sum number of terms. So, and then that's about it. So, thank you.